Becky's back. She's been gone for a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. You feeling good?
I am.
Okay.
I was feeling real good.
So you had surgery 2.5 weeks ago?
I did.
Okay.
And then soccer starts this week.
Okay.
For
Just
you?
for your son?
For my 6-year-old, yes. And the coach changed a couple weeks in the schedule, so I thought he was referring to this week, not like next month, because Becky in calendars and numbers just don't do well. So we showed up to practice yesterday, and no one was there.
So you were the only ones.
I was like, well, we're here. What would you like to do, son? He's like, let's practice, just us.
Wait, so right after you get surgery,
Yeah.
you're like, hey, son, let's go kick the soccer ball.
Well, you thought you were just taking him to practice.
I thought I was just going to spectate.
And you didn't turn around. You're just like,
No.
all right, we're here.
We're here.
Okay.
And he had a
okay.
really good day at school yesterday, like an amazing day at school yesterday. So I was like, what do you want to do?
See, you moms, you're willing to do anything.
Well, I got out there and it was about 10 minutes in and I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't be doing this yet.
May not be fully healed
like
yet.
The outside looks fine, but the insides, there's still some work being done for healing.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC, the positive difference.
Ready for some good news?
We are too.
Here's your positive difference story of the day.
All right, so this 5-year-old plane enthusiast, he's my new spirit animal.
Okay.
He's from Colorado, and he's proving that big dreams and sharp eyes can take you a long way in life.
Okay.
His name's William Hines, and he's loved airplanes for as long as his mom can remember.
I love him already.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. William said, I love flying. Airplanes get you from place to place a lot faster than cars do, and I don't have to walk 7,000 miles.
That too.
So his curiosity with airplanes and just about everything else started early. Even as a baby, his mom says he was fascinated by how things work. His mom would watch him turn out wheels in cars, little toy cars, watch him figure out how to work an axle on a toy car.
Wow.
Pull apart these toy cars to see what he can find inside.
That's awesome.
So the mechanical mind eventually turned to aviation. After meeting a pilot from Southwest Airlines, William was given one of the airline's training manuals to look through on his flight. And after reading through the manual...
He's reading a training manual? Okay.
And that's when he spotted something unusual once he finished reading it. On the flight, William said, I discovered that the two monitors didn't match on the airplane. They didn't match at all, he said. And a twist to the story, his mom shared the story online, and it caught the attention of Southwest CEO Bob Jordan.
Wow.
So soon, William and his family, they were invited to Dallas for a VIP tour of the airline's headquarters, where he met the staff, and he even climbed in one of those flight simulator things.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
he got
awesome.
to test it out.
That's a kid's dream.
Wow.
So Southwest, they did end up coming back and saying that it wasn't actually a discrepancy. It wasn't actually a fault on their end. But they did say that attention to detail that William caught that really made an impression on him.
Wow, yeah.
So they ended it with this. They said, William, would you like to be a pilot one day? And he said, yeah. Then I can transport people, like 140 people to one place.
Yes.
And at 5 years old already, William, he's cleared for takeoff.
Wow.
That's really awesome.
Sweet.
I think William's got a job waiting for him,
Oh,
too.
he does
several.
That is our positive difference story of the day.
Real people, real life, the KLRC Morning Show. 90.9 KLRC.
You know how when you meet somebody, like, you're like, everybody needs to meet this person.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, everybody should have somebody in their life
Just
like
such
this.
a light.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I had that
story.
feeling when I met Eli. I was
Yeah.
like, everybody needs to know this guy.
Yeah.
Because he just oozes God's redemption in his life.
Absolutely. And I had the pleasure of hearing his story, but then also sitting down in the studio and having him record.
Yeah, because he had
Tell me
been,
his story.
was it last fall?
Yep, he was a volunteer.
Yeah, he was at the front, like welcoming people in the lobby, which he's great at because he's so just loving of
Yes.
people. But then, yeah, you snuck into the studio
Yeah.
with them too. to hear his story.
Okay, my name's Eli Michael Weedman, originally from Baxter County, Arkansas, but I've lived an entire lifetime, grew up in a drug-filled household. Addiction's been all through my life. My senior year of high school, I went to prison for the first time. And from then, it was just the cycle, in and out. It equaled to 11 different times, 15 years of my life gone.
Wow.
The last time I got arrested, it was looking like it's going to be the end of my life. I was going to die in prison. Mm-hmm. But a voice come to me, and it said, you do your part, and I'm going to do mine. And I tried to make negotiations. I'm like, okay, so check it out. Right before I get out, I'll start acting right then. God's like, oh, it don't work that way. Go start acting right now. And so, I just started saying a simple prayer. The results are unbelievable. And it was just, God, okay, you make an opportunity for me. I know it's you. Already know you've given me the strength and the ability to do it. You make the door, I'll walk through it. And I started walking through those doors. Okay, and so that got me through prison. I changed a lot of things.
Wow.
It's amazing.
When he says it too, that like, God, you do your part and I'll do mine. He gets to, he knows God does the heavy lifting. That's right. That's the reality of a relationship with Jesus. But we do have a part to play in that relationship.
Yeah, he said, you'll make the door and I'll walk through it. And I'm like, I need that on a T-shirt, like a daily reminder.
Yeah. He's an incredible man and a beautiful redemption story. I mean, when you think of your senior year in high school, your first time that you went to prison.
Yeah, where most people are like looking, what am I going to do for college?
Yeah.
Yeah.
11 trips, 15 years of his life.
And he thought it was over.
Behind bars. But man, he's found some pretty incredible freedom and a new family too. We'll tell you more about that coming up.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
If you had been here last fall, in the middle of our fall fundraiser celebration, and walked in the front door, you would have met one of the most kindest, gentlest souls. I mean, he's just like a teddy bear kind of love for people about him. Who has anything but a safe, quiet, gentle story whatsoever.
That's right. And I had the privilege of recording his story, having him retell it, and we were able to record it. And we're going to share a little bit of that here soon, but I do want to put a disclaimer out there. If you have any littles in the car, littles with curious minds, this might be a good time to maybe
give us a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
and
just to share a little bit.
Go listen to it later on the Morning Show podcast.
That's right.
Too, if you want to catch it for yourself. His name is Eli.
That's right.
He's been through some really tough stuff. When we mentioned earlier, like first time he went to prison, he was a senior in high school. 11 different trips to prison. But the coolest thing about it is the way that God has set him free and redeemed his story in really a beautiful way.
Okay, I was in white supremacist gangs. Just because it was a survival mechanism, okay, is what it was. And as I got, as I started to learn about people, we're all people. There's good and bad of all of us. God come to save every one of us. That's the life that I lived. I had finally resigned myself that I'm going to die in prison. I'm going to die of an overdose or by some form of violence. I'd accepted that. But it was at that point that God started talking to me. I was looking like my life's over. Now God could do something with me. So I did my time. Obviously not a life sentence. I did some time. I get out. I come into this area. All I wanted to do was to be able to take care of myself without having to sell drugs anymore and not go back to prison again. But that was the feeble limits my human mind put on what God said. That's all you want? Things started to change. In a month, I meet who's my wife now. You've seen the pictures. I mean, she's beautiful inside and out. Here's this little girl. Little girl, change it, man. God worked through that little girl. Our Bible says God is love. And when we feel true love, we could count on that. That's God.
Just amazing how he's even just how he articulates his story in a way that's anybody could understand. But having just hearing the story to its entirety just takes it to a whole new level.
Yeah, it's amazing. We got a chance to go hang out together one day. They were so kind to open up their home.
Yes.
We got to meet his wife and his daughter.
His in-laws.
It's just, it's really amazing. And the coolest part, he's part of the KLRC listening family. So if you're one of those who's been giving, getting ready for the fundraiser, thank you, because you're helping create this radio station that God's using, not just for Eli as he's walking out his journey, but the rest of us too. So thank you.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
We've been sharing some of this conversation with Eli, our friend Eli.
That's right.
We got to meet him last fall. He came to help out during the fall fundraiser. He was like the official welcomer.
Yes.
Basically.
Yep.
If you walked in the front door, he was right there in the lobby to give you that big old smile and be like, we're glad you're here. And you might have thought, based on appearance, you're like, this guy might have left some interesting moments in his journey. You also would have absolutely felt loved, because he's just this incredibly gentle soul of loving people. And yet he's been through so much hard stuff.
He has, and we have been sharing some of that this morning, and we're going to share a little bit more of that here coming up. But I do want to put a warning out there if you have any littles in the car still. Just the nature of the story.
It's intense.
And so if they have curious minds, we just, might reconsider whether or not you want to listen to it right now. But if not, you can also always listen to everything that we share during the mornings on our morning show podcast.
Yeah, so if you need to take a quick 5-minute break, we get it. We just wanted to give you a heads up. But it's, I think the hard part of it is what makes the redemption part of it so much even more
so
powerful. And he shared with us, and you can see all of this on a video at klrc.com. I mean, the way he ended up finding a wife, becoming a dad, most importantly, finding his purpose when he began a relationship with Jesus.
That's right.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful. Becky had a chance to sit down with him.
I'm a person that I was a dangerous human being. But that changed. And now I'm around y'all, and I'm sure there's nobody in here has felt any kind of threat coming off of me, because I'm not a dangerous person anymore. Because, God knows every hair on our head before we're ever created. He knows what my story is. It was for a purpose. Okay, now it took me, 38 years to find out what that was. That's how long it took. But it's worth it now. If I had to walk every single step of a really hard road, really tough, to get back here where I'm at right now, I wouldn't think twice about it. I'd be walking again. If God could work in me like that, there's nobody out there he can't change. Just let him. Let God be God and quit trying.
How else can you say it?
Right.
Let God be God.
And quit trying.
Right? That's the good news of the grace that God offers us, right? And by the way, he is not only a friend here, he's part of the listening family. Their family's even part of the giving family here. And if you're one of those who've been giving as well, you literally have a part in this story, because he's been listening to those songs like Waymaker and Chainbreaker. And then he's got that little girl who loves to sing along to these songs too. So thank you to those of you who've been giving to keep the radio station on the air, for Eli and so many others too.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
So one of the headlines this morning is that Lou Holtz passed away. If you're at all a football fan, even if you're not a football fan, it seemed like that guy transcended even sports. He did a lot of leadership, speaking, some quotes that pop up over on the internet quite a bit. Coached at Notre Dame for a long time. He coached here for the Razorbacks, which is pretty cool. And I was just reading about this. He had a poem that he would make all of his players memorize.
Okay.
So check this out. It's called What Will Today Bring? It says this: This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use it as I will. I can waste it or use it for good. What I do today is important because I'm exchanging a day of my life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, leaving in its place something that I traded for it. And I want it to be gain, not loss, good, not evil, success, not failure, in order that I shall not regret the price I paid for it. because the future is just a whole string of nows. Oh, there's some good stuff in there.
Seriously. And I'm just thinking about like just the spiritual aspect of that, because you said he would get his players to memorize that, to recite that every day. And maybe for us, it's not those exact words, but maybe there's a poem or maybe a Bible verse that sticks out to us. And maybe putting that on a mirror, maybe putting that on a door where whenever we pass it in the morning, we keep our eyes on that. There's something so powerful about stopping and saying that.
Yeah.
And just setting your day, or for this case, setting the pregame off right.
Yep.
It's so powerful.
Yeah. And anything that will remind us that, like, today's a gift, and then it's gone.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
Happy birthday!
Let's go! 1, 2, 3, go!
Hey! Happy birthday.
Do we have
I don't know what.
Do we have a medical situation going on with Ross this
Ross
morning?
is a medical situation.
I don't know what that dance move is, but
Hey, it's called To Be Decided, I guess. Because I actually haven't come up with the name yet.
like, you do that in public, somebody's going to call 911. All right, it's time for the Marketplace Grill Birthday Bash. It's Thursday, March the 5th.
Happy 11th birthday to Gavin Mouse and Jay.
And happy birthday to Ava Grace Gregory, turning 12 in Springdale.
Also, happy birthday to Christina Foster in Siloam Springs.
Brenda Fisher has a birthday in Springdale.
Micaiah Matchell, 18 in Siloam Springs.
Maya Despain turning 15 in Siloam.
Vivian Castro turning 5 in Fayetteville.
And Jomara Hopkins is officially a teenager in Fayetteville today.
And Nolan Robinson has his golden birthday, turning 5 today in Pea Ridge.
Christina has a birthday in Lincoln.
And Arias Captain. Did I do all right on that?
I think so.
All right, turning 11 today in Chelsea.
Tristan Sosa turning 15 in Pea Ridge today, too.
Thor Harlan turning 12 in Gentry.
And Rachel Howard in Springdale.
Josiah Campbell turning 17 in Fayetteville. Happy birthday.
Jonathan Michelson turning 16 in Elm Springs.
And last but not least, Mandy Polly in Farmington, celebrating a birthday today.
Very nice.
All right, the randomizers picked out a winner for us. Tristan Sosa, 15 in Pea Ridge.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! And enjoy a trip to the Marketplace Grill.